Try this, but I can tell it's pretty slow. Anybody hear me? Yeah, sorry about the trouble for this. Mission control to people out there. Do you hear me? Mission control to people out there. Do you hear me? Mission control, do you hear me? Is anybody out there? Does anybody hear me? Oh, you hear me just fine? Oh, hey, Sharon, how you doing? Oh, thank you. I tried StreamYard twice, but I couldn't get it to work right. I got a really crappy internet signal. How you been, Sharon? What's new out there? $51. I'm sure that, this damn YouTube screwing me every way they can. Unsubscribing people, don't put out a notice, you name it. Yeah, other people said they didn't. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Other people were having problems. I think if it's a weak signal, you just never really know how it's going to manifest itself with people on the other end. I was just watching that Dateline on Oxygen. You remember that girl that got killed at that Halloween party out near Maybe, west of Monroe? Do you remember that? I've watched it about 4 times. That big blowout party they used to have. I did an arson investigation on that Dairy Queen one time when the guy set it on fire, probably 30 years ago. Hey, Sharon, is the Independent Dairy still down there? Or is just the one in Monroe around? I still love that area, though, to tell you the truth. I had a lot of good memories around Monroe County. Love Monroe. Fermi, Toledo, Maumee. Love them all. Point Moulet. Well, I told you before I went to Monroe Community College, I had a great time there. Took my first flying lessons in Monroe. Old Colonial, Monroe Diner, Joe's French Italian. Well, that's good. It wasn't serious. Boy, they've had them all over the place. I almost last week went out to Mississippi, check out that place. But I got to get up to Michigan. I don't feel comfortable taking trips when I got a bunch of stuff to do. Oh, really? Yeah, man. I went to Independent Dairy as a kid. Oh, it changed to a little store. How's Dundee holding up, by the way? Is it still like a nice place to live, or home prices crazy? Is that Cabela's still doing big time business? And did they reopen that water park hotel? What's crazy? Tornadoes in April, Michigan. Weather is so different now. We got nailed with one when I lived in Flat Rock. Wasn't that bad. It shows you how things were different then. We rode our bikes over to the other side of town. There were like wires on the ground, arcing and stuff. We told our parents we were going over there. They didn't care. That's a good question. I mean, I'll probably be there 2 weeks. Oh, good for you. Yeah, it's been nice my whole life then, Monroe. I love Monroe. How have you lived there your whole life? I love visiting Monroe. I love everything about it. It's crazy how that strip mall south of town over near South Otter Creek didn't make it. Man, that place was booming for a little while. Not very long, though. Used to eat at Droulard's, fried turtle dinners. Did you ever eat at Droulard's, Sharon? Over on South Otter Creek. It's been closed for probably 30 years, at least. Oh, that's good. I just read an article online today. 73% of the people that rent in Ann Arbor will never be able to afford a home there, which I believe. I read an article about a year ago that said that many of the doctors that work at the University of Michigan can't afford to live in town either. It's crazy. I mean, I think Ann Arbor is nice. I see they're getting more and more crime there, though. Oh, Tecumseh. Okay. Yeah, I got a ticket. You remember that cop that lived there, Patrolman Green? He later took a job at Cabela's as a security guard. Wonder if he's still alive. Greene, I think. Did you go to Monroe Community College? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was a good place. Yep. Yeah, I liked it. They had turtle dinners. Is that oil change place right on the main drag there still? Hey, Simple Life, how you doing? Did you strike it rich with the job yet? Oh, you like Washtenaw County, huh? And the traffic there is crazy, though. Yeah, Washtenaw County's nice. But I'll tell you, man, the crime is really increasing there. How's Ralph, Simple Life? Yeah, I like Detroit too. I lived there too for a while. Oh, anything bad happen? I'll be able to help you out better as soon as I get this divorce behind me, which should be not too that far out. It's not really a lot of stress or anything. It's just time. It's nothing I can do about it. I I can't talk about my mediation. I'd love to. Pre-op appointment for what? For what? I go pick up my bees today. I got a ware hive. I'm not really into it, but Marty has been talking about it. Oh, okay. Yeah, you'll be all right. You're fine. You're over that now. You don't have that anymore. Hey, Kat, what was your? Yeah, it sucks drinking that. What was your other screen name? You. No, I'm not going to guess, but what I am going to do is I'm going to block you in a minute if you don't tell me. She's had a bunch of them, Faye. She's had a bunch of them. She had colon cancer and is in remission. Why it would be hardwired connected? It'd be plugged directly into your router. Why it wouldn't be hardwired? Yeah, because you can plug directly into your router, but there's a switch. Are you using a laptop or a desktop? Laptop or a desktop? If you're within range, close to a router, yeah, that's fine. It's because the switch has been clicked. Usually mine's on the very front of my computer. If you're using a laptop, you can see it. You slide it. And sometimes they're on the side. You never know. You see a little switch, Wi-Fi or not. Oh, you're on a desktop? That's because somebody clicked the switch. But as long as you're just doing this, it doesn't really matter. Yeah, look for your. Well, you won't have a switch on a desktop. There's a setting for that though. What software are you using? What software are you using? Are you using Windows 10 or 11? And you're plugged right into the router, right? Oh, hardwired. Yeah. That's just plugged right into the router. Yep. Yeah, if you go in the search box down in the bottom left and click on Wi-Fi settings and see what it says. Look at Wi-Fi settings and click on there. Yeah, good night. Oh, thank you, Banga Goots. Hey, Chris, how you doing? I think that cat's a troublemaker, so I got rid of her. Hey, waiting, how you doing? How's it going? Oh yeah, I bet he is stressed. How's his job going? Let me just click on mine real quick and look. Wi-Fi, if you go, you can click on Wi-Fi settings on this computer. I'll try and figure it out. Yeah, a lot going on. Yeah, I believe it, man. You haven't caught a break in a while. Yeah, that is weird. Have you had any is Ralph watching porn when you're going to bed? You could always do a factory reset. Yeah, that's weird. I don't think it's a big deal though. If I can look around for some more I haven't had a desktop that's been able to have Wi-Fi, and like, my desktops are so old. It could just be a bogus uh, reading too on your computer. What happens if you unplug from the Ethernet? Do you lose your signal? Because if you unplug from the Ethernet, you shouldn't be able to do anything. See if that happens, and if that's the case, it's just indicating you're on Wi-Fi when you're not. Oh, okay, it's your computer. Hopefully, I'm going to have great internet pretty soon. Nah, it wouldn't. It wouldn't have anything to do with the cord. Unplug your Ethernet cord and see what it does. See if you can type a comment. Because I bet it's saying you're on Wi-Fi and you're not. You're on an Ethernet. Unplug that cord and type a comment. Yeah, good for you, Chris. That's a good deal. Oh, you're still on Wi-Fi. That is crazy. Have you gone through all the Wi-Fi settings? It isn't a big fix. Did you watch any YouTube videos on it? Yeah, click on that. Click on it. Left click on it. Left click on it. And make sure you're not on like mobile hotspot. Yeah, left click on it. Okay, click disconnect. Click disconnect and make sure you're plugged in. Click disconnect and see what it does. Yeah, you're on Wi-Fi. Yep. If you click disconnect, though, that Ethernet cable, it should give you a direct connection. And make sure you don't have the set box clicked where you automatically connect to Wi-Fi when you sign on. Unclick that. Oh, good for you, Chris. That's a good deal. And look for the setting. You probably can't hear me now, but look for the setting to turn off Wi-Fi. Disconnect it and then turn it off. Even when you click disconnect, you can't click disconnect. Yeah, I've got the worst internet in the world. See, if I click on that icon, it'll show connected secure. But if you look to the right in a gray box, it should say disconnect. Yeah, that's another issue. Are you sure you're not? Is there any houses near you where you could be connected? Do you have a neighbor or something that has an open network? I doubt it, but it's possible. Yeah, if you turned it off and you're still connected, so you shouldn't be though, because you're turning it off on your end. I would go on YouTube and look for Windows 10 trying to disconnect from Wi-Fi. There got to be some videos on there. Yeah, that's weird. Who do you get your internet from, Simple Life? Do you get it from like a cable company or something? It could be in their settings too, but I doubt it. But I bet customer service could help you. Yeah, that's frustrating. Hey, Faye, how would you rate that winter over the winter? Who's your internet service provider? Is it like a cable company or a IT company? How do you get your internet, Simple Life? You get it through a cable package? Yeah, I can see you. Yep, I can. I can see you. Yes. Oh, good for you, Faye. Nice to see a normal winter. Hey, Faye, you ever eat those Johnsonville sausages and brats they make up there? Brats. I bought a couple packages of those. That's a big company. Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Yeah, Johnsonville. It's a huge company. Yeah, they're good. No, they should be able to do it online, who you get your internet through. I think if you're unplugging the Ethernet cable and it's still saying Wi-Fi, that is super strange. Yeah, that stuff drives you nuts. Hey, Elgato, how you doing? Hey, when did all these different color-like names start showing up? When did they start doing that? I haven't done one of these through YouTube in a while. Like Chris is red. This Elgato is like, I don't know what that color is. I did delete a cat, yeah. First of all, they came on here and started talking about Bobble's channel, which I could care less about. And secondly, they wanted to play games about what their other screen name used to be. So I figured I'd just nip it in the bud. Oh, really? Still that high? Wow. Oh, okay. You know, I went to the Masters Saturday, and I'm not really into golf, although I did get a hole in one the first time I went golfing. And but I want my buddy, his wife was sick, so she couldn't go, and it was pouring rain, cold. No, I usually stay up till 2 every night. And I went to the Masters, and it was very interesting. It's like super crazy money there, which really doesn't impress me much. I was surprised. Like I was standing right next to Tiger Woods and his caddy while they were golfing. You just wouldn't think that's possible. They do check you over twice with security, but they don't put up with anything. They will kick you out of there for anything. Tickets are impossible to get. It was 10 grand to go there for two people on Sunday, and it was almost impossible to get tickets. Ours were 1,600 apiece. I didn't talk to him. He looked like he was really hurting, though. He was limping. He looked like he was like sick, and he ended up withdrawing Sunday. I mean, I'm glad to see it. You know what's weird about that place? Like it's meticulous, crazy. They have like weird tradition, like the food's cheap, $1.50 a sandwich. The clothes are crazy expensive. If I'd have known what I know now, I would have got you a shirt from there because I bought a couple friends of mine T-shirts, and I didn't think much of it. Well, as it turns out, that's the only official T-shirts. Any apparel is you can buy there. You have to buy it at the Masters. Anything else you see online is a knockoff. And the T-shirts I bought were selling for $450 in a parking lot outside the Masters, $450, and they sold out in like 20 minutes. Yeah, the players are really talented. You know, it's funny though. It's not like football or basketball or baseball where you're there and you're seeing big plays and everybody's yelling. It's just like guys walking around. It's like really not that exciting. Tiger is a huge draw. You know, it's 18 holes, of course, and you follow around people at the different holes, and huge crowds followed Tiger, even though he wasn't doing very well. They would just like everybody get up and leave when he went to the next hole, like maybe 2,000 people. And it was a crappy, rainy, cold day. Yeah, 450. Isn't that crazy? The others, those jackets were going for 1,500. Visors were going for 200. And if I'd have known that, I'd have got some other people some shirts. But hell, I didn't know. I thought, I looked him up online later. Yeah, Tiger seemed like he's in a pissed off mood. Wasn't doing very well, and he really limps bad. Yeah, those are crazy prices. You can't get a ticket. Michael Jordan couldn't golf there if he wanted to, unless a member took him. He did golf there once, but I bet he'll never golf there again. Bill Gates couldn't golf there if he wanted to. You can't buy your way into it. And the grounds are meticulous. I mean, it doesn't even look real when you're sitting there. And as it turns out, all the bird noises are piped in. I bet they kill all the birds and rabbits and stuff. You don't see anything. And all those bird noises are faked. That's recordings. They've got like blowers and this squeegee system that makes the greens dry out quicker. It's nuts. Just to go to the bathrooms like crazy there. And that we were on a cold, windy, rainy day when probably it was the lowest attendance of the whole tournament. Yeah, I had a good time. Yeah, I had a good time because, I got to see what it was like. I didn't realize it was such a big deal till I read about it. Yeah, I had a good time because I got to see the insides of that, how it works. And, it's a beautiful facility, but that stuff really doesn't do that much. No, that's what it is, but they must kill them all. Marty's good. He's in Hilton Head. He's selling a bunch of his antique cars at Barrett's auction down in West Palm Beach. He's going to West Palm Beach tomorrow. We just got about, well, I bought some equipment. He buys buildings all the time, and he's got a building that he bought. And there's $3 million worth of heart pine in it. Heart pine, they call it. It's 150-year-old wood. And it's going to get deconstructed, planed, cut. I'm going to use that wood for my bedrooms. And then we're going to sell the rest. And I'm shopping for a new bulldozer. Yeah, just something different, something fun, It's going good. They're starting this week sometime. Takes forever, man. You know what the problem was? Getting an electric pole put out here. It's crazy. I'm getting my bees tomorrow. Marty wanted a beehive. I told him I'd set it up for him. A Ware hive. It's like all natural. WARRE. So I'm going to go get the bees tomorrow. Yeah, I got the cost all ironed out and stuff like that. What it's going to cost to build it. Yeah, these utility companies take forever down here. It's crazy. And you have to have electric. They got the plans, picked out all the tile, windows, doors, shop, that kind of thing. Yeah, slow motion. Yeah, you're right. What time's your appointment tomorrow? Or today, I guess it would be. We sold the skid steer. Yeah, it was a used one. And we really didn't know the status of some of the components. So we sold it. Sold it for $5,000 more than we paid for it. Like $97,000 a used one. It was the biggest John Deere skid steer you could buy. Hey, Pug, how you doing? And 2 weeks after the new people bought it, 2 sensors went out, and they haven't been able to use it. We told them everything about it. What I was worried about is I'd use that thing for an hour and I'd go through a quart of oil, which is nonsense. because it wasn't overheating. And I just said, hey, look, if you've ever looked at a good skidster, it looks like they pour those engines in the back. You can't fit anything. You couldn't put a piece of typing paper in there. And I said, man, and a lot of them catch on fire. Go on YouTube and look at skid steer engine fires. It's a cooling issue. And I said, we ought to dump this damn thing before it falls apart. I think we're going to get a new tractor too. I don't really like this John Deere we got. Piece of shit. How you been, Pug? But what I was going to say is, it's kind of like that anyway. But when you're at that, when you're at the Masters, it's up to you to learn the rules. And I remember thinking on the way home, I thought, and I kind of do it here anyway, but like moderators, they don't put up with any BS at the Masters, and they don't care what anybody thinks about it. I saw a guy spit out some gum, and they escorted him out. They'll cancel his ticket too. So when you see anybody like acting up or suspicious, like this cat earlier, just can them right out of the chute. No bullshit. Don't give them second chances, anything. If you don't know that by an adult age where you have internet access at night, we don't want you around here anyhow. Nothing but troublemakers. Anybody that's been on here knows that, probably one of the worst things you could do is come on here and bring up what happened on Bobble's channel or what happened to Bobble's. I don't care. I want to avoid these people. I don't want them around. Oh, good for you. Good. That's good. Oh, yeah, I wish I'd have bought some more stuff for people. If you like that kind of stuff. From a business standpoint, it's interesting the demand that they've created at the Masters. It's crazy. I don't know. It's like anything, I guess, but they're hardcore golf fans. Unbelievable. It's a good life, though, a pro golfer. Most of them have back problems. Yeah, they had some of those there, yeah. Hell no. You can't take if they catch you with a phone or any type of camera, you have a lifetime ban. The only time you can take a camera and never a phone is on practice days before the actual tournament starts. You might as well just, strip down and streak. If you bring a cell phone, you get caught. Yeah, it's crazy. And they're running around looking for that stuff constantly. They've got like the checkout for the apparel. They probably had 250 clerks in like a kind of a medium-sized building. And all they did was you'd say what sizes you want and point to the shirt and they'd hand it to you. I guess they just didn't want them thrown all over. Daisy's good. She's back to normal. I would have taken video. Hell yeah, I would have. I guess, yeah, it's a good experience. It's not a big deal for me. I'm glad I experienced it, but I only went by default because Marty's wife was sick. He wasn't going to go either. Then he kept talking about it. I said, well, let's just drive over there then. I'm glad I did. But I didn't really realize it was that big a deal. It's unbelievable how they can take this hard ball and hit it with metal and control it that well. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Yeah, they're gone for good. They're idiot. Nothing to do. Yeah, it's funny though. It's like they're not. You didn't see those crazy drives there that you'd expect. Yeah, no, they have no life. They're angry people that life hasn't worked out for. They think that's funny, and they're in their 50s. Your life develops basically because of the way you think, and that's where they're at this stage. Kind of sad, really. Is Ralph's job working out okay, Simple Life? You see that guy from Covington ended up getting a couple prostitutes and overdosing on fentanyl. That businessman from Covington. Yeah, let him have it. I'm doing the Masters tournament rules and procedures now. Oh, good. Good for you. Nathan, what was his name? Nathan Millard. Did you keep up with that story, Simple Life? There's another second marriage, left 5 kids. They said they were dedicated Christians. Well, that was until old Nathan got a wild hair up his ass getting drunk at that Irish bar. Yeah, I saw that. I did see that. Yeah, I did. Yep. Nathan said he wanted something to make him feel better and to dull the pain. What's your take on that, Simple Life? You think he lost his salvation? Yeah, no, you're right. She knew he had a past addiction to drugs, you're right, but I don't think she suspected this. He has been back, yeah, he's been back, yeah. He was on, like, about a week ago or so, but, for him, it's, like, 6 in the morning or something there. The devil sure seemed like it, didn't it? Yeah, you think he lost his salvation? Old Nathan. I feel bad for the wife. I bet she has mixed feelings on this. Lonely, sad, mad, everything. And he had a pretty good job. Yeah, he lost his way. Yeah, you're right about that, Simple Life. Gave into temptation. Yeah. But isn't that what Jesus died for people? I mean, he was counting on this stuff. Yeah, Andrew Neil's a good guy. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right, Simple Life. I feel bad for her. But, we don't know the whole story. I mean, you just don't know what goes on behind closed doors. They could have been cross dressing, and the religious thing on Sundays was just a front. I'm sure there are plenty of people that play both sides. Here's the thing, though, Simple Life. He never had a chance to ask for forgiveness. He never had a chance to repent. He OD'd. At least the guy that watched him OD had the courtesy enough to roll him up in a carpet and wrap it with saran wrap instead of just throw him in an alley. I mean, it's not like a burial you'd dream about, but it's better than just being flung into an alley or a wooded lot. Yeah, but he probably did ask for forgiveness and to do better. But then he went and got drunk with a client, went out with a couple hookers, and overdosed on fentanyl. He didn't have another chance to ask for forgiveness. That was behind him. That was only up until then, that day. Yeah. Look it up. Covington, Georgia. Nathan Millard. Yeah, he did. He did. Yeah, you're right. You've been following that. Good job. I did. They weren't as bad as I thought, though. Yeah, he's a racist too, wasn't he? You know what though? If he asked for two white hookers, that doesn't make him a racist. It's just like why you get carrots instead of peas. Doesn't mean he was a racist. Oh, you don't live that far from there? Wow. I thought that was a long ways from you. Are you familiar with that Irish bar he was at? Oh, okay. You're gonna try and make it to Gatlinburg? My house should be done. I'd say it'd be done by September. I got a spare bedroom, nice spare bedroom. There he is, Interneil. We were just talking about you. Good to see you. How's it going? People are asking about you. Oh yeah, I haven't followed that one. Oh, they'll work out. They will. I'll come down and get you. Hey, Frisky, how you doing? Hey, Pug was looking for you. Interneil. How's the aquarium going? You ever considered breeding fantail guppies? Yeah, shut up, Mark. That's from having an affair with your wife. Bye bye. Bye, Mark. Have a good night. Have a good night. Don't remember your screen name, so I'm sure I banned you before. Bye bye. Walkie bye bye. That's exactly it. Yep. Bye bye, Mark. Don't forget to pay your mother rent, even though you're in your 50s. Yeah, we come up with we've enhanced the rules here, Frisky. It's the Masters tournament rules. No BS. Just get rid of them. First hint of anything. Oh, good for you, Interneil. Yeah, it's a beautiful church, Antioch Baptist Church. I found it. Well, I didn't find it. I went in there today. I stopped by there because I go by there a lot, and I also thought I lost a key to my truck there. So I went back and looked today, and there was somebody found somebody's debit card, and I called the bank and said, "Hey, somebody left this here, this debit card. It's got the account number. It's still valid. You got the security code." And they asked me the guy's name and all this, and they canceled the card, and they were going to call him. Yeah, I say the update, man. Even if you get one hint of, and another thing I'm going to do, like the Masters too, I really like this idea, is we're going to make mistakes. We're going to block and ban people that we probably shouldn't. But that's just happens in life. That's the way it's going to go. Once you get banned, you're never coming back. Not with that screen name. Yeah, it was a debit. Debit, just debit, it said on it. Yeah, just debit. Yeah. Man, I lost a key. I got two of these fob keys, which I hate. They're too big. So once in a while, like last week, we had some hot weather, and I always keep this key in my left pocket and my cash in my right. So one time I was down at that Mexican restaurant about a week ago. Daisy, it's hot, so I leave the air conditioning on, roll the windows up, and lock it. So I used that key to get in it. Then the other day I was cutting grass and it locked. And Daisy wasn't in it, but I thought, man, I'll make sure I have this key. Well, I just checked I checked my pants yesterday and the key was gone. It's like, it's got to be. I wore a pair of Marty's pants because he had like nicer pants. You couldn't wear jeans to the Masters. I felt for sure they'd be in there. They were not. So I went to some places that I went last week, and I went to the one gas station. I said, "Did you find a black key?" She said, "We did." And I said, "Where is it?" She said, "Well, let me check." Well, anyway, I haven't heard from him. She says she's 90% sure last week somebody turned in a black fob key. So I just went and had two mechanical keys. I don't like those fob keys. They're too big in your pocket. Oh, I think you hit her nail. You must be hitting the booze again. So I got two just regular keys, When are you going to come over here and visit, Internet? We'll party. Canada's not that far away. Have a good time. Cook you some brisket. I got this brisket down. This other stuff I do is easy. Hey, I got a good job for your simple life. I could tell you how to do it too. I'll tell you where there'd be great money if you wanted to do it. I've been messing around with this cooking more than normal, right? Brisket's a pain in the ass, especially if you buy prime brisket. It's a stiff. Nah, not really, but I had to wear nice pants. It's a stiff learning curve. It is. But pork is not. There's nothing you can do to ruin pork. And you can buy pork all day long for $2 a pound. Pork loins. Yeah, I hope they come up. Yeah. This is what I would do. I would sell pulled pork sandwiches. I could tell you how to do it. You could make probably 150 sandwiches out of 20 pounds of pulled pork and charge $7 to $8 each. I'm not kidding you. And just have nice condiments, a good bun. That's why you see pulled pork so often. I would never do it with beef. And you would just absolutely kill it. Hey, Julie, how you doing? Yeah, but are they doing pulled pork? Hey, Faye, you still on here? I think you'd make a killing. You'd have to do a little better sauces, chopped up jalapenos, fresh onions. I haven't talked to her in a long time, although I haven't been doing these because I upload these videos. It takes a week at a time, those 2-hour videos. Oh, you should get one, Julie. Julie, is this a new screen name? No, I don't know what she's up to. I haven't talked to her for probably a couple months. But my notices don't get sent out for YouTube. I mean, they've done everything but just canceled my channel. They're always fucking around with me. Don't send notices out. He's doing fine. Yeah, since I don't do these lives, I'll get an email or text from him once in a while. Yeah, he is a good-looking guy. Yeah, you're right. He's Mexican, Did you know that? He was just out in Las Vegas for quite a while. Yeah, he's Mexican. Yep. But born here. Born here. Hey, Dave, how you doing? When were people able to color their names? Put colors on their names. When I signed on to this live, I had to click through a bunch of stuff on different changes. I didn't read any of them, so I guess maybe this is one of them. Oh, you don't see colors like this David Mays. It's like this like bluish green. This Julie Baldwin's bluish green. What does that mean? Like I've blocked him before or something? Daisy's good. Yeah, she's been good about the last week. Hey, John Boy. So, John Boy's is like burnt orange. Oh, thank you, John Boy. And what else have I been doing? That's about it. How'd you like that? Did you see that soup? Well, all the moderators are that deep blue, you know? Simple Life, what time's your appointment tomorrow? Hey, Rita, how you doing? How's it going? Yeah, pretty much. More the merrier. Rita, the new rules are we're going with the Masters golf tournament rules. Thursday morning. Okay. Any shot you see of like crappy comments, suspicions, just can them. And once somebody gets blocked, they're not coming back no matter what. Not under that screen name. I'm going to police this thing just like the Masters. It's way better than it used to be. But there'd be no regrets. Just fire away. Like once in a while, somebody hits their phone improperly in it. We do it. That's different. But on the potential troublemakers, just can them. Fire one. Just let them have it. Same with comments, you see. I think moderators can do more now than they could before. I think you can like do more. I didn't read the whole thing. Maybe not, but I think you can. Yeah. With Daisy, I think she had a sinus infection. The pollen down here is absolutely crazy. It's over kind of now, but for a while there, I'm not kidding you, there would be a 16th of an inch of pollen on everything. If you left the windows open, it'd coat everything. You could see it. It was lime green. So I said, why don't we just shut the windows all the time? I like them open, but you just can't do it. And when I have her in my truck or you ever in your truck, we just use air conditioning. And we did that. And sure as shit, in about a week, it all went away. It's that damn pollen that got her, believe it or not. Didn't I? Yeah, pollen is just, spring in places, right? There's pollen. Down here, you need to vacuum it up. I'm not kidding you. It's crazy, man. It bothered me too, but not that bad. Oh, yeah, it does suck, John Boy. It sure does. Yeah, Daisy's a good dog. She's in a much better mood. So I don't even take any chances. It just, I like the windows down. I don't really like air conditioning that much. Now, tonight it's 46 here now, so it's kind of cool. I'd love to open the windows, and I probably could get away with it because I think most of the pollen is over with. There's still a couple trees, like the pecan trees, that aren't fully bloomed. But I don't want to take the chance of her having that kind of reaction. It's nuts, man. Pulled pork sandwiches can make a killing. I think you should do it, Simple Life. You'd surprise yourself. I think you could really kill it. You could make $500 a day cash. I can tell you all the tricks, especially if you smoked it. which is easy. Oh, a small rescue dog. Be careful with that now, John Boy. A lot of those rescue dogs are nightmares. Certain breeds, like retired greyhounds, you can drop 10 grand into one of those. It's going to die in 2 years, no problem. Yeah, they are. That's true. But they've done away with those neonicotinoids in most places, like Europe, and a lot of them in this country. But let me tell you something. You know, I was into beekeeping big time for about 15 years. I haven't had a hive for about 8 years now. I'm just setting one up tomorrow for Marty. But think about this, Interneil. You're a smart guy. Bees weren't even in the United States till about like 1840. They're from Italy. And the only time you need bees for pollination is for commercial, capitalistic reasons. You don't need them otherwise. In the United States, plenty of things pollinate: wind, ants, other insects, birds, you name it. The only time you need bees for pollination is for commercial interests. 50 acres of blueberries, 100 acres of apple trees, 200 acres of watermelons. So it's not like natural. Almonds is a big thing that needs to be pollinated. It's not natural. Bees are used for commercial pollination. They weren't even here 150 years ago. Yeah, it's nuts, man. And beekeepers, that's probably the typical beehive, which was designed by Langstroth, is probably the worst design you could ever put an insect in, much less in a northern United States latitude with the kind of winters we have. Everybody wonders why their bees die during the winter. That's why. Bees would never set up in a Langstroth hive, ever, never. You know, there's some bees in an old furniture shop up in West Branch where I live. They've been there 110 years in a wall, requeening themselves, doing fine. You can't put 50 hives strapped into a semi-truck and go pollinate blueberries in Vermont and then drive out to the West Coast and do almonds in California. You know, it's not designed for an insect to be transported that way. Yeah, keep the bees in Crawford. I already have it set up. Got it on the front porch. Yeah, Crawfordville, yeah. Marty wanted to do it. He knows I did it. He's a big nature nut. It's a naturalistic hive. It's called the Ware hive, Warre. The kind you see around you are probably Langstroth, which is basically to steal all the bees' honey, replace their food with high fructose corn syrup, probably from China. Beekeepers have done a great job of marketing themselves. They're definitely not good stewards of Mother Nature. Not the ones with Langstroth hive that are harvesting honey. You know, when I come on and talk about this sometimes, you know, the honey's for the bees. It's not for people. Now, they'll tell you that, well, they overproduce. I find no evidence of this. Oh, he likes the bird feeding videos? Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll get some good ones for you. The black vultures are doing great. You know, spaniels are the number one biter. If you look on a biting list, spaniels are tops. The black and white ones especially. They're the number one biter. I was in a lawsuit one time over a pit bull. That's how I know this. Oh, good for you, Interneil. Yeah, I left those. I wish them well. Yeah, we get along great, man. We talk about it all the time. Took my whole damn life to have a friend this good. Yeah, he's a super good guy, man. We laugh like hell, have a good time. Never had an argument, disagreement, nothing. Yeah, I'll make some more of them for you then. I was hoping to have this faster internet by now, you know? Oh, yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, pit bulls are like that too. Pit bulls are good dogs. You know, but they are a terrier, and there are certain inherent health issues with terriers. even a pit bull. Weird shit like epilepsy, these weird skin rashes. Yeah, I got a good stroke of luck in the last couple of years. I have. Well, I think it is true. I think it's true. I mean, I never had a friend this good. To tell you the truth, I really haven't. They're always like doing some bullshit you didn't like, or something about their character you didn't care for, or they did illegal stuff, or fooling around on their wives. Something you didn't like about them. That's why I was like always kind of a loner. Oh, how old are you now, Simple Life? You told me before, but I think you're like what, 45 or something? Oh, that's good. Hey, Pug. 44. Yeah, okay. 44 is pretty young. Honestly, I didn't notice much difference after about 30. It's like kind of the same. Oh, 74? Yeah, I mean, I don't have that many people like I like socialize with. I get like bored, I guess. They probably get bored of me too. Yeah, I see more and more places like their signs are a little different. You just can't bring these anxiety dogs in quite like you used to be able to and take them on a plane like you used to be able to. That was probably people just taking advantage of the situation. Dogs are expensive now. I mean, that bladder thing was a couple grand. This was 500, and the other one was like 300. It's like shit. I didn't spend that much on dogs my whole life. Yeah, I did that dog shelter thing. I didn't like the politics of it. You just can't save every dog. Breaks my heart. I try to, but yeah, he was right, Internet. It's true. I just, I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of indifferent about it. Like I make excuses. Like I say, I do lie. I lie to people all the time about saying I make up things so I can't do something with them. I don't mind lying for stuff like that. Or like if somebody asks you, like, do you think I'm like the ugliest person you ever saw? Even if I did, I would never tell them that. I'd lie. I don't mind lying and stuff like that. I'm gonna keep doing it too. Feel 100% comfortable with it. I'll probably never have another girlfriend, which I'm fine with. I mean, I'm going on like 25 years. I had one for about 3 months. Guess it's Pornhub till the day I die. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't, John Boy? Yeah, I think that too. I have no regrets. That's no shit. I was talking to Marty's wife about that one day. I just think, whatever it is, I didn't, like it when it happened. Why in the hell would I let that keep bothering me, 20 years down the road? Now, I have had problems moving on, which is different than having a regret. I don't, I think you're wrong on that. I think people like you do that, Simple Life, because you're biased. You're like live a Christian lifestyle, and it's hard to break out of that within what comes with it. And I'm not saying it's bad or it's not true. I think I'll probably just have a massive stroke jacking off someday. That's the way it's going to go. It's different than holding my 88-year-old wife that is on 15 medications and us slowly passing at the same time. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Simple. Thank you for seeing the positive in that. Yeah. I think I'm a terrible boyfriend. I would be a bad boyfriend. I think I'm a great friend, but a terrible boyfriend. I could introduce you to my ex-girlfriends. You know, I mentioned this before. There's a lot of things in your life you just never know when the last day is going to be. You don't. I've had it happen with a bunch of shit. You know, places I was in Michigan, last basketball game, last kickboxing tournament I was at. It just like happens. All of a sudden something happens, you know, and you're gone. Last private detective case I did. And, you know, the last time I saw my wife was in 2007. And if you'd have told me that, I wouldn't have believed you. And look at all this time that's gone by. Haven't seen her. And now it's just like it's been a year since I've talked to her. And I know that it's the end. It's the end. I'm probably never going to talk to her again. I wish her well. I was talking to this guy that's building a house. He said when he got divorced here at the courthouse, and his wife said, "You want to get something to eat?" He said, "You know, I don't. I don't want to get anything to eat. I want us to go each our separate way," which you could kind of see as kind of rude. But I think that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, why? Not that it was really even fights or a bad problem. I'm moving on. No, I never had kids. Never wanted kids. No. Yeah, that part's over. Yep. I was never really into it that much, to tell you the truth. I had a great wife too. I mean, I think I did. Everybody I knows her think I did, and even that wasn't good enough. I think it's just my fate in life. That's my opinion. That's just the way life worked out for me. The older I get, the more I think that your life is just going to be a certain way, mainly predestined from genetics. Other things that I probably am unaware of, upbringing, things that happen to you, people that you meet. And I don't think there's a whole hell of a lot. No, not yet. No. Well, I think it should be in a couple months, 3 months. I really think that. I mean, they talk like, well, like let's say for an example, like I've toyed with the idea of going and getting a PhD in philosophy. You know, a useless degree, but I'd go fuck around the college campus, take classes, just like go out, just sleeping in, fucking around, studying, you know, give me something to shoot for. And then I realized how ridiculous that is. Now let's think for a minute that I did do that. That was always in the cards for me. But it'll be sold to people like I buckled down, I decided to do this. That was all predestined to begin with, which is why poverty is the way it is, why drug addiction is the way it is, why infidelity is the way it is, why laziness is in, explosive temper, all sorts of human behaviors. I think I did with what I could with what I was given. Like I'm a terrible student. Like it wasn't, I think I was smart enough, but I didn't have the study skills. Man, after about an hour, couldn't do it. You could offer me $1,000,000 and I wasn't going to I was never on the honor roll, never Dean's List, none of that shit. And it wasn't because I didn't do it, but that's the reason. I just couldn't like sit still that long. I couldn't do it. Oh, that's sweet. Hi, Pug. Oh, you like Jordan Peterson? Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Rutgers. Yeah. Cool. I know a guy that played basketball there. Unemployed in the Philippines. No shit. Yeah, it is kind of a worth. What's his PhD in? Hey, Internet, why do those guys wear that head apparel, the Sikhs? And some do and some don't. I thought if you're a Sikh, that what's the decision making if you do or you don't with the same sect of that religion? Do you know? Oh, Candace Owens, who's that? No, I have no interest in going to England. I collected ephemera, photography, prose, all sorts of paperwork. I read so much. I have so many books. And air travel such a pain in the ass again now that I just don't want to get on jet planes anymore. I never really had that much interest in going to England. I knew so much about it from what I read and the photo albums I had that it's it wasn't like the old days where you had to go there to experience it. Oh, I'm not? Oh, okay. Oh, look it up. Yeah, I'll check it out. Yeah, good. Would you consider yourself a conservative, Simple Life? You probably don't drink alcohol, do you, Simple Life? Oh, Easter Island? Oh, okay. You know how it is. Sometimes you talk to people and they don't understand why you don't want to do certain things. Why you don't want to travel. It's just too much bullshit. I'd like to go over to India and just eat for 2 weeks at the street vendors. Oh, thank you, Interneil. Okay. So what does a Sikh consider themselves? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd like to do that. Just go over there, but I don't want to go through the bullshit with flying on airplanes. Oh, invader. Okay. So what is a Sikh considered? Not Christian, are they? What are they then? And what document do they use? Oh, really? Huh? I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean there's some pretty good data that there's a genetic predisposition, but if if Simple Life drank a glass of wine and enjoyed it, so what? Good night, John boy. Have a good day tomorrow. I mean, it's not it's like they villainize different things in society and alcohol is very prevalent in most cultures. It doesn't mean that you're going to turn into a raging drunk. Yeah, I like that place too, in Queen. Yeah, Dave and Debbie go up there. Mary will be going there this summer. I'll go up there when I'm back. Yeah, the birds are already showing up. Yeah, that was a beautiful place. You know what I liked about that? I take that one kayak I had and I could paddle around in 6 inches of water. To me, that was fun because you couldn't get back there any other way, and it was all sorts of cool things that you could see that you wouldn't see in a regular boat. I'll probably take my kayak and go do that while I'm up there. Paddle around. Yeah, Mary goes there. I just don't. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I know like what Simple Life said. She said, "I don't do it. My dad was a drunk. I don't drink." Well, okay, that's cool. I mean, you can have any reason you want, but I just don't think that you know it's always. Oh, you do an internet, okay? I just don't think it's I'm not saying she's missing out on something, but I mean, there's a reason if you look at alcohol sales worldwide, everybody isn't a raging drunk. My parents were both alcoholics. And on that note, let me pour the last shot in my 10-year-old aged scotch. The last of this, baby. I gave it what I could. One shot left. Thanks for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you, Frisky. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not alcoholic. I can take it or leave it, to be honest with you. I'd rather take it. And the truth of the matter is, I mean, if there isn't, like, go into a bar and talk to them and to ask them how much non-alcoholic beer they sell. Not much. And the people usually drinking it are the people that were alcoholics that are with people that drink, and they just don't want to relapse. I mean, I don't know of anybody that would drink alcohol if it wasn't for the effect it had on you. I'm not saying that you got to get rip roaring drunk. I guarantee I wouldn't be talking to you now if it wasn't for alcohol. I guarantee you my parents, I was the result. There was a shotgun wedding, 2 stillborns, and then me. I guarantee you that had something to do with drinking. So in my heart, I've got to, like, Simple Life's not drinking because her dad was an alcoholic. I'm drinking because I wouldn't be here had my dad not been a drunk. Well, drunk. See, there's the thing. That's the bad benchmark that's set. You've never been drunk. There's a whole realm of the effects of alcohol without being drunk. It's pleasurable. It puts you in a state of mind that you wouldn't be in otherwise. I mean, I don't do marijuana. I've never smoked it. I did some gummies. I've never took any other drugs, cocaine, none of that shit. And I could, like, not, I think I'm lucky that I'm not a drunk. I'm lucky I came out alive. I had a transfused, I had RH negative baby though. Oh yeah, my dad was like an insensitive dick. But I'll bet you money all 4 of those children that were conceived were a result of drinking. I'll bet you money. I'll bet you money my parents. The more I knew about them, I bet the rubbers were still in the glove box. You figure these things out over the years. You know people that knew them, and so you see it. I mean, Simple Life. I mean, you can see how you would have the way you feel, and yours could be false, not valid, and so could mine. This is how we've decided to pigeonhole alcohol in our minds. You're being cautious. You want a good life. You don't want to be like that. And I'm happy a lot. I'm happy that Dad was still able to get a hard on and put it to Mom, and that I lived. So we have different opinions about why I drink and why you don't, and both of them could be bullshit. I mean, Jesus drank wine. He even turned water into wine. Even alcohol, believe it or not, wasn't villainized other than Noah in the Old Testament. It was a ritual. Yeah, RH bug. Yeah, I was an RH baby. Yep. That was one of the first transfusions. It was a boy and a girl, Jill and Ryan. Yeah, actually, I got a gravesite next to theirs. Believe it or not, up in Michigan, which I'll probably never use. Oh, thank you. Oh, you've been drinking again, Pug. Yeah, RH negative, baby. Yeah, are you familiar with that, Rita? You know about that? Yeah, well, you got life, and I mean, like me, I mean, you just, you know, you spend a lot of time thinking about these things, and, like, I'm glad the way I think about a lot of things because a lot of it doesn't make any sense. Why I'm this way, I don't know why I am, or why you're your way. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, 2 stillborns. I know you. I remember my mother telling me that on the boy that they lied and said he was doing fine. He'd been dead for a day. You believe that shit? Oh, you can't drink on Ativan. Oh, okay. You know, You got to watch that Ativan. I'm sure you know that, hey Pug, but yeah, you're right. You may never wake up. Well, hopefully, when you get that dog, you won't even need that stuff. But like Ativan too. I mean, I've been in that situation in my life a couple times where I'm not saying it was the best thing to do, but there were a couple times where I was on antidepressants and excuse me, I don't uh I don't know what would have happened without them. I really don't. Oh, September. Congratulations, Interneil. No kidding. Wow, that's a long time. Oh, with panic attacks. Interesting. Huh. Do you have triggers for those or they just happen out of nowhere? Do you feel better, Interneil? Are things going better for you? Is there an improvement in your life? I guess I should say. You notice a difference? Oh, really? Simple life. No kidding. You do ice? What is that? What is ice? I don't even know what it is. Oh, you had panic attacks, Simple Life? Oh, sorry about that. Ativan's what? Clonopin? Lorazepam? Which one? That's the brand name. Is it lorazepam or Clonopin? Or clorazepam? Oh, interesting. Oh, it's amphetamines. Okay. Now, would that be like fen, to lose weight? Would it be like worse than that? Oh, it's lorazepam. Okay. Oh, okay. I know it's addictive, benzodiazepines. I told you my story about lorazepam, didn't I? Who should go back to drinking, Internet? Oh, okay, Rita. Oh, okay, cool. Now, how would you describe the effect on that, Internet? What do you just like? You're, cleaning your house and the neighbors too. What would you compare that to? Yeah, I mean, I'm not knocking you, but I used to be that way too. Hey, Pug. I used to, and I'd say I'm not a total nut because I cut it in half. How long were you on heroin, Interneil? Interneil, do you think that addiction is legit? And do you think your heroin addiction is along the same lines as alcohol and other drugs? Then did you quit with help or did you do it on your own? Oh, wow. I can tell you this, that with like that lorazepam, and this is from personal experience, that you can take. I always was under the impression, from what I read, that if you took too much lorazepam, that you would just fall asleep and that you would require higher doses and you'd become addicted and blah, blah, blah. But that wasn't the effect it had on me. Yeah, but hey, Pug, now I'm not knocking you, really, I'm not. But is there science to back this up? I mean, is there? I mean, I can understand why you'd think that way, but is there any medical published data on meningitis related to anxiety and depression? I've never read any. That's why I'm asking. I mean, is this a self-diagnosis or was it something told to you by a medical professional? And again, I'm not knocking you. I'm just curious. This damn thing's still working. Well, it should be. And was that viral or bacterial? Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, well, that's debatable whether sex addiction is legit or not. Depends on who you talk to. It's the same with RSD, reflex sympathetic dystrophy. Some doctors think it's bullshit. He drank every day. Oh, Ralph? Oh, bacterial. Okay. Interesting. Simple Life, were you on his ass about that all the time? Or not really? Oh, back in his 20s. What are the 4 times he drinks a year now? What's the occasion? Oh, no kidding. Oh, wow. And my vision sucks. It's getting worse, too. Oh, my God, Simple Life. What a control freak you are. God. Well, you etched that line in the sand pretty good, girl. Way to go. Oh, short-sighted. Okay. No, I think cigarette smoke's gross. I never dated anybody that smoked. I think it's so gross. You can or you can't. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing more of those. A goddamn animal tried to eat my newest GoPro, and it kind of like bummed me out. I haven't used them like I would have been using them. It's not that big a deal because I had those animal videos. Now that I got all the Black Vulture videos uploaded and stuff like that, I'm trying to force myself to do it, but I'm pissed off that I messed up. Oh, Ken, okay. Pissed off that damn thing scratched out my brand new camera. I mean, those GoPros take a beating anyway. But it pissed me off. I only had it a couple days. I'm going to do some this week, though. Those videos and those vultures, which hardly anybody watches, but that's okay. I like doing it. They take a week to upload. My internet is not worth a shit the whole time. No, I agree. I've always been really anal about that, like smells and like body odors and bad breath or hairy legs on women or stuff like that. Man, if I catch one little whiff of any of that stuff, man, it like turns me off for good. It'd be like getting a big piece of fat in your hamburger. Yeah, I like those vultures. Oh, you like them? Oh, good. Yeah, I like them too. I watch them myself too. Those are the only videos I watch from beginning to end. Because, I go out, I set those cameras up. They're triggered for motion. So I'm assuming that there's activity. Sometimes there's not, like that water one. But man, it takes forever to go through that shit. And since they're short clips, so what? There's a little blank time. So what I do is I just download them, upload them to my editor, string them all together, put music to it, and upload them. So I don't even watch the videos until you do because it takes too damn long. I watch them after they're up. And sometimes I think, oh, shit, there's 3 minutes of like nothing. I don't know what triggers those cameras. They're all cheap cameras. I have 10 of them. But it worked pretty well, all things considering, Hey, but I'm going to tell you something. Are you ready for this, Pug? Pug, you ready for this? I'm not knocking you now. I'm helping you on this. I've researched. Humans don't exude pheromones. They have chemicals that mock pheromones, but human beings do not have actual pheromones. The scientific definition of them, none, zero. Yeah, I like women to be like really feminine, which is like going out the window. Now it's a lip ring, a nose ring, purple hair. No perfume, nail biters. It's like not like Marty and I were looking at an old movie last night and how beautiful the women were back then. Rita Hayworth and just all of them in these old movies. They're just like so gorgeous. I don't even see women that look like that anymore. Yeah, cologne, right? Olfactory, right? It's a pleasurable feeling. No, they don't. No, look it up. I couldn't believe it either. I was talking to somebody about something, and I went and looked it up later because I thought that too. I thought they did. No, look it up. I don't know what it's an odor, but it isn't a pheromone. It's just like Simple Life likes cologne. That's not a pheromone, but she's attracted to it. That's what it is. It's not a pheromone. It's crazy, isn't it? I just learned this probably a month ago. Oxytocin, that's in breast milk. That's in breast milk. Oxytocin, a feel-good chemical. Telling all my secrets now. Yeah, too much. Yeah, you're right. It's exactly right. Yeah, too much. Yeah, too much. That's it, right? That's it. Simple Life. Yep. When I was living downtown Chicago, that was a nice neighborhood. It was supposedly the nicest neighborhood downtown. I don't know if it was or not, but they claimed it was the Gold Coast. And I was in a gym that where a lot of celebrities were at all the time. And, the women in there were older, successful, attractive women that couldn't get dates. They were like in their 40s, 45, never married, vice presidents of banks. And they're always bitching. There were no good men, that kind of thing. But these women would be like sweating their ass off on a treadmill and still smelled good. They really would. They'd just be like working their ass off and they'd walk by and still smell good. Good for you, Interneil. Yeah, I think, but I don't really hardly ever now. It seems with women, I'm dating myself now. It's all this natural bullshit. No cologne, it's just I hardly ever see like earrings anymore. I guess it's just my generation. Crazy. Light colognes. I doubt as an adult he felt good. Too much mass, too much weight. He probably had a fetish for it, and that's why he felt good, but not because of the oxytocin itself. Yeah, I'd agree with that, Frisky. I would agree with that. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I don't know that for sure, but that's a hell of a good guess. And another thing too, I don't know for sure. I think it could be. I think it could be. I mean, if you go on these fetish sites, I mean, there's no limit to what people like. I mean, golden showers, scat. So probably for whatever reason that, the brain is so complex. I hate tattoos. I don't even like a butterfly on an ankle. And if I see one, a tramp stamp or one on a big saggy tit, I'm out of there. I don't care what it is, your dead baby, your grandfather, whatever. No, I don't like them. I don't like tattoos. Part of it's that green ink, I think. I don't like. I think that's what it is. And it's one thing if you're like, got a rocking body and you're 20 and you don't know what cellulite is and your stomach's flat and there's just a little crease when you bend over. It's another thing when you're 55 years old with tattoos. It's just not the same, you know? Yeah, that's a good point, Neil. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't like them that much. But if you're just like friends with someone, I mean, I don't run into someone and think, "Oh, you weirdo, you've got tattoos." I'm just saying, as a personal preference, if I had a choice, I'd rather not see them. Oh, it only lasts 1 to 2 years. If you look at the reds and the yellows, if you've got a tramp stamp and you've got to get an epidural in your spine, it's a problem because of the dye in those color inks, red and yellow. Isn't that interesting? 1 or 2 years. In that case, would you be willing to get my name tattooed on your forehead? Is that all it's going to allow? I'll compensate you for both years. That would satisfy me being a deep down control freak. No, you would if you would in typical society. But I guarantee you, Pug, there's a uh, there's a website. There's somebody out there waiting for you. Promise you. I know this for sure in life. I know this for sure. It's a small minority. That's why I always thought, like, if you had some weird off the charts fetish, it's hard enough having sex with attractive people to begin with, let alone some weirdo shit like golden showers or something. I mean, how do you ever get around to bringing that up? Yeah, I do. I do, Rita. I mean, how do you ever bring that up? I mean, it must take forever. And even though people, say it's crazy, it should be against the law, illegal, which it is, bestiality. That's how it's looked at in the United States, women banging their dogs. But if you go over to Europe, they've got full porn shops. That's all they have is bestiality. And if you look at worldwide, other than places like the United States, they've got like millions of subscribers. So somebody's into this shit. Which I don't know why I thought of this Simple Life, but you can imagine like if you had a rub on tat. Sure, go ahead. No, but it's if you look at worldwide, but there are other things like that too. The United States is one of the few countries where you can't eat horse meat. You look in Europe, they have horse meat burgers all over the place. So it all depends on, what you've been doing. Now, here's the thing I think. There was a lady I was good friends with in Michigan. And, if you didn't like what she liked, you were just a big, anomaly to sanity, and that's kind of how you look at it, that like Simple Life, you know what I mean? Like aside from the Christianity part. But if you like that, you wouldn't be saying that. So the people that criticize it aren't into it. If you have people, it's like, oh, porn, and ought to be illegal. You shouldn't be watching it. This is terrible. It's degrading to women. They go on and on and on. But the real crux of the matter is, the interesting part is, they're not a voyeur. Of course they don't like porn. So, be careful what you wish for and who you talk to, because that's just something that you don't like and you think it's disgusting and it should be illegal. But if you were into that kind of fetish, you'd just shut up about it and you wouldn't comment. Yeah, those are words of wisdom, Neil. See, that's how you are. That's how you are, Simple Life. You believe in marriage and the sanctity of marriage, and it should be between a man and a woman, blah, blah, blah. And that's just the way your mind has worked in conjunction with your religious beliefs, which is fine. Good for you. I'm happy for you. But if you would have been born and something else would have like lit your fire, you'd just be like Nathan Millard. You'd have a wild side that you kept in check. There is an argument for that being animal abuse. It's not natural. That's true, but but Rita, if you say that's not natural, so do you think homosexuality is? Do you think that's natural? No, it's like weird fetish shit. I shouldn't even say it. It's just like what you're into. Who knows why people like what they like. Yeah, scat and golden showers. No, pedophile, that's because there's a big victim, an underage person that's affected the rest of their life. Thank you, Rita. See, Rita doesn't like bestiality either. But Rita, if that turned you on for some reason, you wouldn't be this critical of it all. You don't like it, and it's easier for you to go balls out at, making these comments. Yeah, this is how it is. It's all it's all what you're into. If you happen to be someone that was, let's say, a strict right-wing Christian and you weren't a voyeur, well, you're going to be hell against porn. But if that turned you on and you were a Christian, that's where the conflict starts. Well, you're judging now, Simple Life. Now you're judging. Now you're judging. Then why are millions of people into it? Why are millions of people into it? I mean, this is worthy of discussion. No, I think I think it's weird. I do. I'm not into it. But there's millions of people that aren't. The kids thing is a whole nother thing. That's true. But that's because there's a lifelong victim and it damages them for the rest of their life, that kind of thing. What not being sanitary, Frisky? Oh, scat. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah. But there's huge websites on that too. No, that's all right. Oh yeah, that's good. I wouldn't do it. I don't like hairy stuff. I don't like, you look at those old 70s porn movies, it's like yuck. I think hair is like gross. I don't want to see one damn rogue hair on a woman anywhere. If she missed a spot on her legs, nothing. Just like turns me off. Yeah, they aren't anything. It's true. Yep, that's right. Yeah, good for you, Simple Life. But that's how you are. I mean, that's okay. That's right. You'll have a lot more of it if that's all you like. It's easier to get. No, you're in the majority. I think most people are like that. But I'm just saying there's more people than you'd think that are into this other weird shit. You know? Now, here's the caveat to that. Maybe it's because they're getting paid, and there aren't that many people that do it in their own free will out of their own interests. That's different. Yeah, it sure was, Frisky. It sure was. Yep. Boy, these old porn stars, they're just not living very good golden years. Look at Ron Jeremy's in a rubber room. Half of them have killed themselves. Yeah, we're having the old days chats now, too. That's all right, hey, Pug. No, good for you. Yeah. I wish there was a website for singles you could go on. People were into that, which I've argued against all the time. I think if you started a website, now you'd have to eliminate some people right out of the chute. This wouldn't be like for everybody. I think Internet would be a perfect candidate. I even think Rita would be a member. I certainly would join, but it would be and Hey Pug would, and she could click off the check box in the fetish section. You have a website for dating, and it's what you like sexually first, and then you get all into that other bullshit way down the road, like these phony walks on the beach, cuddling in front of a fireplace, all this happy horse shit. You get to the meat of the matter, no pun intended, early on. It's like I love to give blowjobs. I like to get butt fucked. I like to have at least 3 orgasms before I call it a night. It's like, oh yeah, we got something in common. You know how they recommend who you should go over, and then it would finally get down to Like, do you like walks on the beach? Do you like collecting books? Are you kind to animals? Do you like videoing black vultures and their chicks? It's like, yeah, I like all that too. It's like, wow, hell, we really saved a lot of time here. It's like, are you busy in an hour? Instead of all this happy horseshit. But like I've said all along, there's a protocol for meeting people. And even a pervert like me, that if you breach that, all bets are off. So if you try and do what I just suggested, you're dead. You're dead in the water, because people aren't like that. There'd be 10 people on there like Simple Life. And it's like, oh, Simple Life. It's like, oh, okay. Well, what do you into sexually? And it's like, I don't even know you, weirdo. Click. Be fucked. Where overall, you would know that Simple Life's like a quality person, but because you made that stupid overture, your sexual preferences early on, she'd be turned off and you'd never get a shot at it. Where if you just kept your mouth shut and, you said, open the door and asked her how her day went and please and thank you and be kind to children and rock crack babies to sleep and save rescued dogs and donated to the food pantry, you get a shot at it. But if you express that early on, you'd be dead in the water. So there is a protocol. And when I do it myself, and when it's breached, all bets are off. It's done. It's over. You have to follow this methodology in normal, sane dating. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. You got to tone it down. Yeah. Human beings. Remember, we're all animals. You're going to have these basic desires, especially when you're younger. Yeah, it's the long game. You said yourself, Simple Life, the minute you laid eyes on Ralph, your hormones kicked in. If Ralph would have been 450 pounds with snot running out of his nose and pimples all over his forehead, you wouldn't have thought a thing about it. So you were attracted to the same thing the non-believers are. Yeah, big turn-on. That's cool. Yeah. More profound words of wisdom by Interneil. Rita, I'd like to get a hold of Rita about 40 years ago. I bet old Rita would have been a tiger by the tail. It's just from bits and pieces of what she's expressed. Yeah, Rita be good at it. I feel you, Interneil. I feel you. Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah, that's all right. See, that's the kind of chat you want, is where people don't feel like they need to withhold anything here. Oh, yeah, I bet you would. I think you would. I get that vibe, tell you the truth. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, you know why. You know why? Because you think just like we do. Like when you saw Don't Like That and when you saw Ralph. Oh, thank you. You haven't done it in a while, but I'm going to get back to it. Thank you. Yeah, it's all right. It's a pug. That's got to put a little crimp in your dating style, though. I mean, that's one of those things that are out there that are just tough to, it's hard enough to just date, let alone you getting into that kind of crap. And here's the deal. Simple Life, you included on this too. I think that everybody, like if you meet someone and you're able to divulge full disclosure, you're able to tell them everything you like comfortably, you're lucky. Because I think there's always stuff that you keep in the back of your mind that you don't tell anybody. And it's just like when you're around gay guys. I've said this before, they're experts at ascertaining if you're gay or not. They ask you if you got a girlfriend, and you say, no, what do I need one of those for? Have you ever been married? Hell no, I haven't been married. Do you want kids? No. Well, before you know it, you want to go to this gay bar with me. Okay, I'll go. Yeah, you've met the benchmark. Oh, she does. Well, you're lucky there. Yeah, dating as you get older, it's just so much different. It's not really. I think they should call it something different. But I've thought of this a lot, and I think that part of the success in dating, when you look back, you can't compare your teens and your 20s to now because we know too much. You were innocent back then. It was all hormones and fun, and let's just have a good time. It's apples and oranges. They really shouldn't be called dating after about 30. Yeah, they're a good time, fun. Yeah, you're right. No, dating sucks as an older person. You know too much. People aren't as attractive, a lot of baggage. You've been burned before, their body's not tight. No, that's bullshit. That's because Simple Life, I'm assuming that you would think that way because of like your religious conviction in the mind, and people get older and this is God's will and blah, blah, blah. But if you're just a normal person, your hormones were controlling everything 20 years ago, like when you saw Ralph. Yeah, like when you saw Ralph. If, let's say you had stayed single the whole time, you were heading to Old Maidesville. If you'd have saw Ralph at this point in your life compared to then, it wouldn't have lit that same fire. You might have thought he's a good guy, and you still may have ended up getting married, but it wouldn't have had the same wallop it did when your hormones were raging. Yeah, you're right. And I was thinking about that when True Attraction and Both Sides, but that was easy to happen when you were young, and that colored everything. You were, hey Dave, how you doing? No, it's because you're older now, like the rest of us. But when you're young, it controls everything. I mean, you're really thinking this is the one, and I finally met true love, and you're fucking 3 or 4 times a day and getting blowjobs going down the road. And now look, now they've had a couple C-sections, 2 different husbands, 3 kids living in different places. It's different, Oh, okay, Internet. No, that makes sense. See, that's why a guy like me, Pug, escorts and prostitution would make perfect sense for a guy like me for the same reason it does like you. Yeah, shit like that. No, bingo. It's worth it because you don't have the time to wait that long, much longer. It makes sense. No, that's the statement of the week. No, I get it. Believe me. I get it. My dad used to talk about chloroform in cats when he was a kid. Yeah, just get a health certificate. You know the truth of the matter is on STDs. Like when you were young, you just rolled the dice. If they weren't the village horror, it was a pretty good gamble in your teens or 20s that you weren't going to get anything. You're worried about getting somebody pregnant. I was jacking off so much when I was young that I'm sure my sperm count was so low that I probably would have never got anybody pregnant. But I think it just worked out for me that I never had sex with older women. It just kind of worked out that way. Thank God. And now if I met somebody, which the chance is almost zero, kind of like Pug and her arm problem, I think I want a health certificate anyway. I think I would. I would. I think I would want one. No, yeah, no, right. Oh, yeah, I think it does. I think it does with sexually transmitted diseases. I mean, but what's your alternative? I mean, just jacking off the rest of your life? I mean, there's risk in everything. When you drive your car to wherever you're going, you don't think that it's impossible you're going to get in a fatal car accident, do you? It's risk. analysis. You crunch the numbers. I don't ride a motorcycle, not because I wouldn't love to, but because the risk is too high. Flying an airplane is safe. Skydiving is relatively safe. Riding a motorcycle is not. And I'm not going to go to my grave with no more blowjobs because I'm afraid, no, you don't have a Wiener Simple Life. So once again, I'm not getting blowjobs with a rubber on. I'm going to roll the dice on that. I don't think I'm going to get syphilis. I could get herpes, but I look for cool sores. I think, it's probably jacking off time to the day I die anyway. No, it doesn't. Rubbers come off. Thank God. Which is why I'm talking to you now. Or they break. Yeah, sure will. I think you need a big vibrator, Pug. No, I mean that, but it's always kind of a risk like that. But that's a good point you bring up, because I think at this stage of the game, I wouldn't really be wanting to have that kind of sex. I don't think at this stage. I wouldn't mind a blowjob here and there, but I don't think I'm going to be. I didn't like intercourse that much when I was young. I tried to avoid it, to tell you the truth. And now I got even more excuses than ever. I can sell it any way I have to. That's why I like Pug. Her problem with the armpit thing, it's kind of a problem. I mean, dating is hard enough to beginning. And then you look at the cone as it narrows down to what it is you like. And there just aren't that many women out there that are willing to have a romantic relationship with a man that just involves blowjobs. Now, this is very unfortunate, and I wish it wasn't true. But that's kind of where I'm at. I just can't see putting the wood to any of these old women, to be honest with you. I don't think I could. I mean, I think I'd need to get Viagra intravenously. Pray for Pug, Simple Life, will you? See, Simple Life, you were blessed. You're right. I'll never criticize you for it, because, you're just able to get it through conventional means, and you can't blame or be thankful to any other power than religion, because it just went your way when it came to that. See, Pug's got a real dilemma and you don't. And I guess you could say that's a perfect example of, in a way, that you were blessed. No, I like the Puerto Rican women. They age well too. They do. They do age well. Yeah, this is good. We get down to the nitty gritty instead of a bunch of bullshit. Simple Life, you're not going to get this truth in church. So even though you may not agree with what we're saying, this has got to be in a way interesting to you. You don't have to join in, agree, none of that. But you got to love us for our forthright honesty. We're not liars. Yeah, well, that could have been because you were sheltered. I'm not saying it's, the epitome of mental health, but, you do get to see how the other side lives. I think you're probably, in a way, you're kind of like a sheltered woman, which is good. It's sweet. Little house on the prairie. If nothing else, you can always count on you know what not to do. Knowledge is power. Oh, God. I was good friends with a Catholic priest in Chicago. I've talked about him a few times. And I'll get you one, Pug. I'll get Pug one. And he would tell me how people would come to confession, and the women would come, and their husbands would talk them into a blowjob because they didn't want to do it because they were raised in a strict Catholic family and they thought it was dirty. And then after the husband would get it, he would, they get in arguments. He'd call their wives whores and sluts and shit like that. And it just put a real monkey wrench in their relationship. But he said it came up a lot. It came up a lot. Yeah, you're right, Ernie. Yeah, I think, but and I'm not knocking it, Simple Life, but it's the conflict that religion can create. Now, I've read other articles and I've discussed with people before. They say that the best sex you'll ever have is with a committed Christian lady. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's that religion talking, Simple Life. Yeah, yep. But this came up in confession a lot. He said it was a lot, at least once a week. Yeah. Well, I had an old Jewish lady tell me when I was young that whores, prostitutes, and cat houses saved more marriages than they ever broke up. What's your opinion on that? Do you think that's valid? No, you can explain it. You're smart enough to articulate that, hey, bud. No, I don't think it's twisted. I don't think it is. It's a fetish. Rita, when you light that up, that old 2-foot dildo you got when your husband goes to work, you don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. Now, Pug could say that's twisted. I mean, it's 2 feet long and it has a light on the end of it. Don't judge. Don't you know that? No, he didn't give the names of it. He didn't give the names to anybody. The priest didn't give the names. He was a good guy. It was kept anonymous. He didn't point them out in church. If he was still alive, I wouldn't even have told you that. Yeah. You can't judge, Rita, Oh, okay. All right. My mistake. Sorry. Getting a BJ. But here's the thing. There's no bigger fan of blowjobs in the world than me. I'd like $1 for every one that I got. And I hope to get some more in the future, although it's been a while. But there are some arguments that in some of these Christian households that's dirty. And you shouldn't do it. No, there's nothing wrong with it. Right. I don't know who they were. It was totally anonymous. That'd be a waste time like water. I mean, if I said I fucked one of my favorite girlfriends in the ass 100 times, so what? It's in the midst of a discussion. You don't know who she is. She remained anonymous. I mean, are you just nitpicking everything we say, or you really believe this? It doesn't go against the Bible, not at all. Nowhere in the Bible will you find that. It was total and anonymous, and he was just giving an example of the conflict that Christianity brings to marriages with regard to what some people would consider a healthy and exciting sex life. Bible doesn't say anything. There is something in, not the King James, there are references to anal sex and gays, of course, and blowjobs. It's anonymous. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're anonymous. He was telling me conflicts with religion and what most people would consider a healthy sex life. He's dead now, so it doesn't matter. And I don't think being a priest had much to do with it. Yeah, that's what I say, Simple Life. I think so too. As long as he doesn't give out names. But I can tell you this. I can remember a long time ago. I was like in my 20s, and I was talking to this girl. And like, there's no way she was giving blowjobs, and really, her disdain for that was based on her religious upbringing. She thought it was dirty and unnatural. Needless to say, that was our last date. Oh, way to go, Interneil. Oral sex. Bill Clinton didn't think it was sex. Did you vote for oral sex? Bill Clinton didn't think it was sex. Did you vote for him? How waste time like water? Did you vote for Bill Clinton? No, I haven't, but I want to hear it now. I like that. I like that. No, it interests me. One Night in Bangkok. That ain't no shit either. What'd you think of that song, Interneil? One Night in Bangkok. I thought it was an excellent song. Yeah, it just summed things up so perfectly with music added. Yeah, that's how I am too. Maybe we can work something out. Hey, Pug, would you be interested in a blowjob for a couple sweaty t-shirts? It is a blast in the past, Drifter. You're right. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, you could say that, Rita, but if you look at like anal sex, sodomy, I mean, that's a big taboo in practically every religion. Yeah, it's a F song. Sure is. Yeah. Yeah, you will. Yeah. I'll even throw in a third one. Yeah, why not? This is how it should be. I wish there was things like that. I'd like to, if it was up to me, I'd like to start a sexual bartering website. I really would. Instead of all this fucking complicated bullshit. I would. I think it makes sense. I would love that, man. I go on there just like I was having that where they delivered your groceries to you. Just go in there. It's like 2:00, blowjob from 2 to 3, 300. Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm dreaming again. Yeah, I think you will. Yeah. Yeah, but when it comes to such a hardcore facet of behavior, that's what really motivates me, because if I throw in an extra t-shirt, I'll probably get another one. It's not all benevolence. Hey, Naoki, how you doing? How's your night going? We're divulging our deep, not mine, because I talk about it all the time. People are divulging their deep, dark secrets here. They shouldn't be deep and dark, though. Be careful, Pug. They'll use it against you someday. Good. Yeah, I'm having a great night tonight. We're having a chat from the past, the good old days. We just talk and have fun. I hope you're not sensitive to sexual talk. It's like gossip, you got the people that don't think you should be talking that way. Yeah, there's guys into that. I think they call that pegging. Yeah. No, it's one thing I'm not into. Oh, God. Oh, an open mind. That's good. Great. Well, you have to watch what you missed. We've been spelling it out here. Yeah, I think there's an element of truth to that, Neil. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. I just wanted to caution you in case you were sensitive to this kind of stuff. You that you thought we were going to be talking about the weather or something, and you get offended. Oh, strap on. How much would that cost for you to just throwing it out there? What do you think you'd charge for that? For how long? Have you thrown that around a little bit? Could you just, come up with something impromptu? Yeah, I'm so glad that I wasn't into any of that stuff. All right. That's easy. That's nothing, man. Unwashed t-shirts and hats coming right up. Hey, Mark, how you doing? Yeah, make sure you got that crazy Mexicans at work. Oh yeah, but it was like different. That was interviewing, and what they did and that kind of thing. You get blacklisted for that on YouTube now. Yeah, even if I didn't promote it or suggest it was a good idea, they change your plans on that. Oh, you're over 50. Well, if that's a recent picture, you look pretty good for 50. Yeah. Yeah, you can do her Christmas shopping for her, Simple Life. You've come a long way, by the way. Congratulations. Oh, that's good, Naoki. That's good. You're going to like it here. You got to be coming up on that old hormone timetable, aren't you, at 50? Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's important. Yeah, non-disclosure. Yeah, I've read quite a little bit about that. There's this testosterone estrogen crossover, and that women can easily lose their libido, or can go haywire and turn into a total nympho, and it's not totally understood why. It's interesting though. What a shame, over 50 and you have a libido like a young teen. What a problem that must be. I think those are the older women that are hooking up with young guys. Yeah, it should be extra frisky. Thank you for bringing that up. Which way did you go, Naoki? Did you go hog wild, or did you just lock that thing up and seal it in saran wrap? See, Pug's got this figured out. She's really complicated this. Oh, good for you. That a girl. Well, congratulations. I'd be smiling too. Happy. Yeah, that's good. Oh, you go, girl. Yeah, they do. That's because that estrogen's dying off. No, you're right about that. It's true. But not the women that still are out there on the prowl. Yeah, no, it's true. But that's the estrogen dying out. Those soft features. No, it's good. That's a benefit I've rarely read about. Hey, Pug. uh, no, I don't think it is. Are you single, Naoki? Yeah, I never heard that with Ativan. Well, you got a problem. No wonder you're on fucking benzodiazepines. Shit, boy, you got a whirlwind of thoughts there going on. No, you're probably right about that. Yeah, I think that's true, Simple Life. I always thought that too my whole life. If it was up to women or it was up to men, nothing would get done because that's all you'd be doing with having sex all the time. It's the women that decide whether it's a go or not. Oh, you're dating now. That a girl. Good for you. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Naoki. Well, you shouldn't have a problem getting a date. uh, yeah, you're welcome. Just think of it. It could be much worse. It could have went the other way, and then where would you be? Where would you be then? Oh, you like it? Oh, good for you. Now, do you run into men you're attracted to, or is it just kind of passing time and you just go out for the hell of it? Is it like it was when you were in your 20s, let's say, Naoki? What's your experience? Has this been good for you or not really? I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. Oh, good for you. Well, that definitely will help. I guess it's a shame that men think that way. I joke with Marty all the time. If you ever want to turn off about a lot of older women, just start talking about younger women. I mean, you might as well just start jacking off in the middle of the table. I mean, I know better than to do something stupid like that, but I've noticed people do it before. You ever watch, if you're at like a formal setting and there's older women and younger women, those older women are going to be watching these men. And if they're not careful, they're going to look at what those men are looking at big time. I guess you could call it just natural and it's science. But, if you're an older guy and you're in a relationship with somebody you like, be smart enough to have the decency to like not be doing that shit. Look the other way. Like, be courteous. Like, if I was with like some woman my age, which will never probably happen, and I saw her elbow like her girlfriend with some guy with a big old cucumber in his pants, yeah, it'd probably bother me a little bit. So I understand how they feel. You know how it is. But it's just things that as you get older are upside down. They're not like when you were younger. What's that, Naoki? Oh, thank you. You've been drinking? Oh, well, thank you. Rita offered me a offer I can't refuse. Yeah, I think it's an honest conversation. Yeah, I like getting down to the nitty gritty. No bullshitting around. This is how I end up usually dancing with really fat women at wedding receptions. I just, I try and be like considerate and like a nice guy, and I end up getting soaked. Thank you. It's terrible. I think that way. I mean, I wish if I could just take a medication or get a brain scan or get electroshock therapy or something before a wedding reception, I'd do it. Because I'd like to just really enjoy myself slow dancing with fat women that are sweating. But it's just an act. I'm hating it, but I do it anyway. Self-deprecation. Thank you, Naoki. I wish you the best of luck, by the way. And sorry about your husband passing. Yeah, it's a good old chat like the old days. I'm glad I did this. Yeah, benzos. Yeah. Yeah, well, you got a long way to catch up to me. I mean, here she is trying to get off on hats and armpits and underwear, and I'm banging into fucking cars and getting run off the road by a sheriff and I didn't even know I was doing it. So really, you're in a good spot. Hey, Pug, you have nothing to be ashamed about. Oh, wow. Well, that's going to be over soon, Interneil. Nothing lasts forever. It's a shelf life. All right, I'll cancel the underwear. Wonder Roll don't like that. He's usually a late night guy. But this damn YouTube, they don't send out notices when I'm on anymore. Motherfuckers, they're trying to get rid of me. Oh wow, 31 years. Oh wow. Yeah, he's a late night guy. He's divorced. Has a girlfriend. No, it's important. I mean, you know, I'm not saying this is valid, but Hey Pug is kind of talking like a guy. You got these things that are like borderline, and you like, and good luck. Inventory is important. No, it's true. Yeah, you're right. Life's temporary, it sure is. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's one thing I've come to grips with. I know that this is probably the last call for me down here, which I'm fine with. I mean, it's coming whether you like it or not. Yeah, that's the way I look at it, Prisky. Yeah. Oh, five brothers. Wow. I've had people, for some odd reason, confide in their like sexual fantasies to me, and there's been some wild ones out there. All right. Good night, Simple Life. Have a good day tomorrow, and good luck with everything. You said tell hello to Ralph. I think I got lucky. I did get lucky. I did. I will. I don't think it'll do much, but I think you'll be fine. Let's go down there and party at that Irish bar. Midnight Rider. Yeah, it is separate things. You're right. Hey, if I knew that get you off, I'd send them to you. I would. I promise you I would. I wish it was that easy for me. I'll send them to you. Hope you have 20 orgasms. I'll send them. I'm not kidding you. You just got to promise me you won't have a constant smile on your face for 48 hours. Yeah, do it. Text me. I'll send it to you. Shit, man, that's nothing. I'm sure I've got Interneil's support. He's pretty much up for anything. 50? All right. Yeah, no, that's easy. You're right, Frisky. I think it is. That's an easy order to fill. Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Yeah, I think so too. Well, that's cool, Mark. It's down to 44 now. Cold. I think once I get this house built, I'm thinking about this now. I think I'm going to just like hit the road for a while again. But I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking that I'm going to just like spend a month in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan during the winter, right on, right on Lake Superior. Yeah, that OnlyFans. You got to go through too much bullshit. It's funny when I look at Pornhub, they always reference OnlyFans, and I looked through that OnlyFans, and it was just too much bullshit. I mean, the search engine was crappy. When you narrowed it down to what you're into, I just didn't really like it. It took too much time. Pornhub's gotten much better. It got much better. A new hedge fund bought it, and the search engines are way better. I've been to Aspen quite a few times. Yeah, I sure have. Yeah, I like it out there. But I like winter, desolate, nobody around, fucking making a tuna sandwich in your room. Oh, you got kicked off? Wonder what happened on there, Nail. It wasn't anything on our end. I can promise you that. Yeah, I think I got to hit the road. I got to go up and sell this condo up in Michigan, which will be easy to do. It's just boxing everything and then going up there again with a truck, bringing it down. I like being on the road. Yeah, up around the Lake Superior. Like that place where Mary goes with like big ice, heavy snow, that kind of stuff. Nothing to do. Just take some books, a couple bottles of fucking antidepressants in case I get depressed. I'll probably get another pickup, all-wheel drive. Although I think the one I have now would be pretty good, two-wheel drive with the right tires on it. Just get up there and party. Yeah, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to be back there pretty soon, in a week or two. I'm going to go back down there and check that out. I got a gun permit down here now, and I can carry it in Michigan while up there. Once that fucking stupid medicinal marijuana card expired last year. So it's not going to be the fear that I had before. You need to do that, Mark. It's cool up there. Summer or winter. I mean, a very noticeable difference. Excuse me. Yeah, it's heavy too. I'll probably never have anything but a Ford F-150 again. I really like it. I like it better than the Astrovan. Actually, it rides like a Cadillac. I mean, it doesn't get good gas mileage, but it's worth the trade-off. Yeah, those Texas doesn't really interest me that much, for some reason. I don't like that dusty, dry bullshit. Good night, Aoki. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, thank you. Have a good night. Appreciate you having you on. Thank you. Have a good day tomorrow. Yeah, Naoki seems she seems sweet. Naoki Nagasaki. Oh, Calumet. Oh, really? You've never been at big copper territory. Mary goes up there quite a bit. She hits the road and like goes to all those places. Yeah, Copper Harbor. That's right. You know, it's funny. People go up. I was up there one night and they got 30 inches of snow. You know, it's funny, Mark. People go up to Copper Harbor and they think they're going to just like see this super vacationing spot, this big giant harbor, and it's really not like that. Oh, Kentucky. Okay. What'd she do while she was there, Interneil? Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Wow. Now, you guys going to be rendezvousing pretty soon? Oh, well, I know that. You just got a raging libido, which is that's cool. We're behind you and your sexual interests 100%. Bible Belt. No wonder why you're talking about strap-ons. Asheville. Well, I think I'm going to go to bed, you guys. I got to pick up the bees tomorrow. Oh, good. Good luck with that, Interneil. Yeah, I'll mail it to you, Pug. I'll send it to you. Good night, Mark. Rita, you have a good night. Interneil, you party on. Frisky. Hey, Pug. Hey, Brandy, how you doing? All right, Rita, have a good day tomorrow. Yeah, it's a good time. Yep, fun, a lot of fun. All right, you guys have a good night. It's like 2:35 here. All right, Interneil. Yeah, good, great having you on. Thank you for coming back. Yeah, it's fun having you. Everybody enjoys your company. Brandy, I'm going to be signing off here because I've been on a while, but try and come on next time. And thanks for coming on. I hope you have a good night. I'm doing pretty good, well, down here in Georgia. Just partying all the time. I'm going to go to bed now, though. I'm a little tired. All right. Good night, Ann. Yeah, good to see you. How you doing? Thanks for all your good comments. Yeah, well, Daisy's sleeping right behind me. All right. See you, Interneil. Yeah, take care. Good night, Pug. Hey, Pug. I'll do it. I will do it. Yeah, promise you. I'm a man of my word. Yeah, okay. You mean like how long? All right, yeah. They waste time like water. Yeah. Have a good night. All right. Good night, you guys.